Nah, James is MIA. I don't know what's going on right now. But you know what? But you know what I do know?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
What if he's fighting with his wife?
No, definitely not.
Sit down, buckle up, cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruising with Steak. Here we are on a high energy Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, August 13th. Yeah, live on Grimerica.
13th.
The 13th, live here on Grimerica FM. This is Grim Steak here, coming at you. And I don't know where James is, so I'm all fucked up. But if James were here...
I don't know a lot about that whole vampire stuff. Like, I mean, I know it's a thing. Yeah, but like, it's the ether.
That's what I got for James. And also joining me, we got Mr. Jerry Cthulhu. And we also got Mr. Felix Ortega.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And we also have Mr. That Guy with us.
The broadcasters in your area, in voluntary cooperation with the FCC and other authorities, have conspired to keep Cruisin' with Steak off of your radio. This concludes this test of the emergency Cruisin' with Steak system. We now return you to your regularly scheduled bloviation.
Thank you, That Guy. And we also have Miss Suzanne with us.
Hello there, everyone.
Hi. And we have
Hi.
first time guest, friend of the show, new to the chats, Mr. Flavortown.
Hello, everybody. Happy National Left-Handers Day.
Is that for real? Is that a real thing?
I think so.
Yes, it's a real thing. Yeah.
I think it
I'll
is.
take it. Man,
Left-handers unite.
Do we have any left-handers?
I'm
We're looking
not left.
or
no.
talking to them.
You're left.
I am sometimes.
Do you know the word for left-handed in Latin is sinister?
Of course.
Really?
Why wouldn't it be?
That's not true.
Is that true?
Close. It's true.
They don't want us driving cars. They don't want us,
Using
holding scissors the right way.
Yeah.
You got smudges all over your paper.
This is a conspiracy.
Duh.
Huh. Left-handers. What's up with James not being here, guys? Like, I'm really concerned about this. This is messing with me. You know, we were texting with James all day. He was there. He existed. And then when it comes to showtime, he's nowhere to be seen. So if anybody has any information on James Cruz's whereabouts in the Cleveland area.
We need to send out an Amber Alert.
Yeah,
Yes,
I really
please.
do. I honestly think we do. He's not answering his phone. Although I didn't old-fashioned call him because it's not like the early 2000s. But
Probably got mixed up with a bunch of left-handers.
hey, today's a celebration. You know what I want to talk about? Felix, what happened? What's big in your life right now?
Today, I went on a bike ride,
Okay.
pumped some iron at this little outdoor exercise place
Uh-huh.
on the lake. They opened up this bridge that's been out for
Oh, finally?
like a whole year,
Wow.
and now it's open.
Huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my album came out yesterday or the day before.
Wait, what? Wait, what came out? What happened?
This album that's been kind of songs I've had for the past 4 or 5 years floating around. I've finally reined them in and made them sound presentable. And so Nighttime Boutique is out there in the world for you to buy,
Awesome.
for you to listen to.
Where is it? I'm buying it.
It's at sirfelix.bandcamp.com. So I have a little write-up here about the album. I can read it and then I can tell you guys the song titles. And I thought if you wanted to hear a little bit more about the song titles, I did write-ups for each of the songs so you can put the songs in context.
You talk about as much as you want.
So this is my little write-up on the. So again, it's called Nighttime Boutique.
Mhm.
Half of the songs are just like remakes of old songs, and then the other half are just new shiny songs that I kind of came up recently. And all the old remakes, I just wanted to see if I can squeeze some magic out of those songs. Some of them I don't really feel like I accomplished squeezing the magic out, but maybe there's some magic there.
Oh, you got that magic in there.
Dude, you gotta milk it.
So this is the write-up. So I put a lot of time and effort into this album. I hope it shines through. Some of these songs are old compositions I re-recorded to see if I could draw some more magic out of them, like I just said. Some of these songs are shiny and brand new to my discography, like I just said. I find a lot of joy in piecing these songs together. All instrumentation and vocals are done by Sir Felix himself. That's me. I'm looking to make upwards of $10,000 on sales of this album. Thank you for scooping up the digital album with your monetary units. The songs will bounce. The songs will hang out with you. You and these songs could be really good friends. You might even arrange for a slumber party or two with these songs. You might even come up with a secret handshake with these songs. You might even write these songs into your last will and testament. You're here to listen to this album. I'm excited for you to hear it. On the digital album webpage, I've written facts and information about each and every song on the album. You might get some insight into the songs if you read those and listen to the songs in tandem. Welcome to the album entitled Nighttime Boutique. You break it, you buy it. No shirt, no shoes, no service. You can hit play now. I recommend listening to this album all the way through. That's what I wish for you to do. But you have the free will to listen to the first song today and then listen to the second song 10 years from now, if you'd like. MP3 technology might not exist in the future, so you might need to come back here and download a newer quantum computer file of the album so you can listen to it with your holographic futuristic music playing technology. Do you guys have flying cars yet? Okay, gotta fly. Bye. And so then I was going to go through the track list, and if you wanted to hear anything about each of the tracks, I can tell you a little something about them. So I was just going to tell you what the names of the songs are. From 1 to 12, here we go. The first song is called Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive.
Hold on. Felix, I'm sorry. Hold on. James. Yeah. James, you made it. You're alive.
Hey.
Don't you dare scare me like that ever again.
Hey.
I was worried. Okay, you can continue.
I'm here.
Now go to your room, you naughty boy.
Yeah, you're grounded.
Think about what you've done.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Speaking of which, I did pretty much all the instrumentation, all the vocals, all lyrics. I did the album cover, but I leave it up to my guy James to do the typography for the album because he's like the #1 typography guy.
Yep.
So we can talk about that. I was giving him a hard time about making sure it was just right. I asked if you could put a little swoosh under the text or a little underline.
No, Felix is a great client of mine. I take pride in doing work for Felix. The album was cool, man. Actually, there is a song. Once you get to it, I'll ask you about the origins of it.
Okay. And then we could maybe talk about the typography. I know.
We can go into that.
Okay, so names of the songs, and then this is a big moment for me because I've been like sitting on these songs and they've been stressing me out, and I didn't want them to. I tried as much as I could. Like, what happens is you try to push these songs as far as you can and make sure they all sort of sound the same like level and the same kind of tone. And I thought I was done, and then I started listening to them, and you have to go back and make sure that they all kind of fit together. But again, each of the songs they have a little bit differentness to them, and just the nature of how I work on them. I don't work on them with just like one mindset. I just kind of work on them with multiple mindsets. And I look at them as kind of like journal entries. Each song is a little different. So there's a lot of variety is what I'm trying to say. Okay.
So question for you. Can I download these now that I bought them?
Yeah, I should be able to. You could do a WAV file or MP3, which is like the, MP3 is less quality. WAV file is better.
Yeah, you should be able to download an entire zip of all of them.
Zipperoonie, I think.
Yeah, it should have them all zipped.
I'm looking for it on the site. I don't see it. This isn't tech support.
This isn't tech support.
I'll talk to you
later. Yes.
Okay. So songs 1 through 12. Hyperdrive. And number 2, Pinch and Pennies, free prizes in parentheses with 3 exclamation points.
3 of them. Mm-hmm.
Song number 3, Shakespeare Sonnets. It's a goodie, oldie. I redid it. Number 4 is Causing a Time Rift. That's probably the most sonically best sounding song on the album. So once you get to number 4, then you start really feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 is the Sky is Falling. It's called. Number 6 is Plato's Cave. That one's all super philosophical. Number 7 is just called Hit Song. Number 8 is called Immortal Tortoise. Number 9 is called Disco Ball. Number 10 is called SSU. Number 11 is called Took Me to a Mountaintop. And number 12, Son of a Synth, in parentheses, Encore, 3 exclamation points. And you know, I said earlier that it was all me. This Son of a Synth is actually my son. When he was like 1, he was messing around on the synthesizer, and I got him saying a ton of little snippets of all of his kind of first words. So the whole entire song number 12 is just all him, and I just pieced it together to let him be kind of like a legend. So he's kind of like
He's got his own song.
Yeah. And so if you want to hear anything more about each of the songs, you can just throw it out there. If you remember any of the titles, I can tell you about them.
The Sky is Falling.
Oh, The Sky is Falling?
Yeah.
Here's where I ran into a lot of problems with this. Like, so you try to, sometimes you can record stuff in stereo if you set up like 2 microphones and you try to get a whole, spectrum of sounds. And you can run into problems when you actually do it, like engineering problems where what happens is you record with 2 microphones, and if you set them at the wrong distance from each other, the sounds completely cancel each other out in a way. So I recorded it and then I tried to like mix it, and it almost sounded just like an empty song, and it still sounds kind of empty. So I had to really like finagle it to actually have sort of a full sound. So there's a lot of pots and pans on it. And with just all the media hysteria and all the political hysteria, this Sky's Falling, I just wanted to write a song that was just kind of just level your head a little bit. So a little write-up is I wrote here, it's a protest song of sorts. With all the political suffering whizzing about our landscape, this one might help ground you back into the reality of your localized circumstances. Forget all those external forces breathing down your neck. It stinks. Life can be less stinky. Use this song to clear the air. The song is not actually, or the sky is not actually falling. Resume your sanity. And
yeah.
But you like that one? It's just
I did. Yeah. It's got a really. I'm trying to think of something. It sounds, like what other musician or something that it sounds, but it's Felix's style, dude. It's
like white rap.
No.
It is kind of, there is like a rap aspect or kind of.
Well, yeah, but then like it's I'm gonna say it's like it's loud, dude. It's loud. It's fun. And then like it's got this stereophonic kind of like quadraphonic sound to it. Like you said, like I bet it was hard because there's a lot of like lyrics overlapped. There's a lot of sounds overlapped. It's a really good song, man. I dug it for sure. That was one I haven't heard before off the top of my head. It's
pretty simple in the instrumentation. So it's just guitar.
Yeah.
And pots and pans. Just one day I had the house to myself.
Towards the end, it gets nuts. Yeah, like really, with the overlapping sound, and it comes at you at all different angles. It's really cool.
Yeah, the sound was supposed to kind of simulate the at the end was just guitar. I just put some delay on it that actually sounds like it's the sky is falling kind of. And I like it a lot. I liked writing it.
Yeah,
words for it. And it was one of those ones. It was actually I didn't even write the words down. It was one of those ones where like I just did verse by verse.
Wow.
Came up with it, and I'll write lyrics down here and there, but there's sometimes where I just do it in my head and practice, and then just try to get it right. So there's that one. Any other questions about any other ones? Again, if you want the album, I put it at $15. I was going to put it at $20. But I just thought maybe be a little more accessible to some of you cheapskates out there. So $15. You can pay what you want. So a couple people have already paid a little bit more than 15. So that's kind of nice to get more money for all this kind of hard
Hell
work
yeah.
I did. Musical hard work.
Yeah, dude, I woke up this morning, I saw that email that it got released, and got real excited. And I went on, I spammed the chats and Twitter and bought a copy of my own.
And just nowadays, I feel like people still listen to music and love music, but people just don't pay for music much anymore. So if you want to pay for music and put a little bit back into the music,
support.
You can send it my way if you want.
Yeah.
So again, it's Sir Felix, SirFelix, Sir Felix .bandcamp.com, and the album should be right on there in the splash page.
Heck yeah, it is. It'll be in the show notes too, all the links.
You guys want to hear about any other songs? I thought we could do like one or two more.
How about I want to get an Epstein, so how about we'll save it till the jam sesh.
Okay.
Okay. Unless somebody else has a question. I'm sorry. I'm just chomping at the bit for this.
Let's just jump in and harsh everybody's mellow all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Wait, one more. Just one more.
We'll do one more, and then we'll throw the Epstein grenade in.
I got a quick little write up about it. Whatever song it is.
SSU.
Oh, you'll think this is funny. Here we go. Ready?
No.
Yeah,
go.
So, my friend Sam wrote this one. It stands for Samsung Untitled. I might have co-writing credit on it by suggesting he changed the word street in his original lyrics to the word road. That's how I inserted myself into the making of the song. Now I've re-recorded it yet again to see if I could extract some more magic out of it. I have some samples of a full band version re-recorded of the song, and I've placed those sample snippets in the intro and the outro of this version. One could say it's like a song sandwich untitled. That's really what the SSU stands for. Song Sandwich Untitled.
Oh.
Or Sandwich Song Untitled. I'm joking.
Sandwich song. Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Again, that's sirfelix.bandcamp.com. Baby.
.com.
Okay.
All right, blow it up now.
Blow it up. Epstein. So he, R.I.P. to a real one. I mean, he committed suicide in that jail cell. That's what happened. It's the official narrative. I'm sticking with it.
Well, somebody committed suicide. It may or may not have been him.
So it was an extraction job. He's somewhere. He's nowhere. He's still alive, right?
The picture that the New York Post published does not look like him.
No, it doesn't.
Are we talking about the one where he's on the gurney going into the emergency room or
That's
whatever?
the only
was?
one.
The guy on the has a larger curved
If
nose.
you look at his nose, though, when he's sitting in the courtroom, the nose looks exactly the same.
It's not curved.
That's a younger picture that they're trying to compare it to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it looks like him.
I think it looks like him.
Yeah.
It also kind of looks like Anthony Bourdain. It also kind of looks like JFK Jr. I'm just saying.
It looks like Hillary Clinton's brother.
Hillary's brother too.
It does look like his brother. Her brother.
Just a lot of old guys look like him.
Yeah, fill in the blank, gray-haired old man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Looks like Antonin Scalia.
Oh no, Antonin Scalia was much fatter.
So,
I'm kidding.
man, there's just so much fuckery. And I think that this is one of those moments where everyone in the world knows that there's just so much fuckery. Like it's a mass red pilling of everybody.
So the stuff that came out today, the autopsy was inconclusive.
Of course it was.
The cameras malfunctioned during that time. He was not on suicide watch. The two guards who were supposed to check in every half hour on him didn't check in on him for hours. One of those two guards was not even a prison employee. His lawyers
This doesn't scream fuckery, does it?
Wait.
Hey, Mr. Pizza Guy, go check on Epstein, will you?
His lawyers were the ones who petitioned to have him taken off of suicide watch.
The two guards assigned to monitoring.
That right there.
Administrative leave.
Well, this affected his lawyers. That makes me think more of extraction than anything. Like they're trying. Yeah.
You know,
Like, why-
when it comes to somebody with this kind of content on this kind of material on people, I just, all bets are off. There's no telling who the hell this was until somebody actually finds out. It could be anybody.
The first reports that I read were emergency units responded to a cardiac arrest that he had. So they took him out of there because of a cardiac arrest he was supposedly suffering, and then he was proclaimed dead in the hospital. Which no pictures of anybody. Like what the fuck? What the fuck?
Well, the EMTs, unless one of them is a doctor, they can't call cardiac arrest, or they can't say that he's dead.
They can't call an ambulance.
Yeah, they describe the symptoms and stuff like that, but only a doctor can say, no, this person is dead. He's done. We're not doing anything else.
So the other thing is the cell that he was in has nothing upon which he can hang himself. There's no pipes. Everything's embedded. It's like a square cell with a door. His room was moved the day before. That was the other thing. Was taken away. Yeah. And there was one more thing. Yeah, I think it was just that he couldn't have hung himself. Oh, there was shrieking heard by his neighbor.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, shrieking? Like what?
Get off me. I don't want to die.
Those are all the odds. Yeah. So that's highly unusual. The odds of that shit all happening at once is like astronomical.
Did the prison have a press conference or at least a statement?
Nope. I don't think there's been anything.
Nope.
Well, no. Well, the only
William Barr has taken the warden.
I will say this too. If it was a witness protection kind of thing where he was taken out of the prison to make it, to keep him safe so he could testify, the government wouldn't be so quote unquote angry about it.
Or I would expect them to feign anger about it.
Yes,
they are feigning anger about it.
No, they're not.
Suzanne, what did you? What were you saying that?
Durham and Barr, not Barr. Maybe it was Durham and Barr personally looking into this shit.
Yeah, did you say something about Barr? Did you say something about Barr and the warden, Suzanne? Were you just saying?
Yeah, Barr. He moved the warden of MCC to another prison. I was gonna do the decode on this other guy's name. Let me pull it up.
Why would he move the warden to another prison?
Because he had to, do something
to get him out of there, or
warden of jail where Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, reassigned 2 guards placed on leave on orders of Attorney General William Barr. So he took the warden out of the prison, sent him somewhere else, replaced him with Lamine Ndiaye. I don't know how to say that guy's name. That's the guy that they took out, and they put in James Petrucci, who had been warden of the federal prison in Otisville, New York.
Yeah, the original warden was a she.
Okay. And so she was transferred to the Bureau of Prisons Northeast Regional Office.
What if this woman is like the mother of someone he molested, or she was once herself molested by him and she let it all happen for vengeance? That's totally possible.
Or she could be in some shit and somebody said, we'll pay off all your debts or something, because everybody can be bought. Everybody can be bought because everybody's in shit. Like, you just have to find the weakness.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's done. No, what were you going to say?
Oh, gosh. Just being on only phone is terrible. Okay, so I found this in the FBI documents today. The FBI are the ones who didn't, they're the ones who, where's that? Damn it. Right here.
Use your words.
I know, sorry.
You got this, Suzanne.
9/11/08, it just so happens that day.
9/11, of course.
Case agent, advisor, writer that Epstein is currently being prosecuted by the state of Florida and is complying with all conditions of his plea with the state of Florida. Epstein has also provided information to the FBI as agreed upon. Case agent advised that no federal prosecution will occur in this matter as long as Epstein continues to uphold his agreement with the state of Florida. The FBI made that call, not anyone else.
So as long as he keeps
someone else
providing them
probably
with
did.
information, basically.
That's why he wasn't charged federally in the first case.
Okay.
So what does that tell?
Yeah. So I mean, that's well, that's what they also said. Like, didn't Acosta say that? Like, don't mess with him. He's an asset or some shit. Like, he was told that.
He said it was intelligence.
Yeah.
One of ours.
Yep.
So who the fuck knows? That could also all be a bunch of disinfo put out there too. I
That
don't
was
know
in
what
the
to believe.
FBI statement.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the FBI documents for Epstein. So
yeah,
if they're putting it out,
that automatically means it's true, right?
automatically, supposedly.
supposedly it does. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Alarm in 3, 2, 1.
So you want to hear my theory?
Yes, I would love to, Suzanne.
Get in there.
It's Barr. Who is screaming the loudest? Barr. Barr is the fixer. I said it from the beginning. Barr's the fixer. He came out of retirement. He's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Why would he come out of retirement?
Well, is he like, that's kind of how Mueller was the fixer for the left, and he kind of did a shitty job.
What about Jeff Sessions, though?
There's so much shit. I found so much crap today.
The thing about
in that list, or his name's in that book a million times.
You need to understand. So Trump is not this QAnon savior.
Of course he isn't.
Who thinks he's a QAnon savior?
Nobody here thinks that. But I want to say, Suzanne, what leads you to think that this about Barr? I'm curious. I don't know. I'm curious.
I had it all together and then I fell asleep. All right, so
that's what happened to me. Sorry.
Is that where you were?
Yeah.
Sleeping.
I was doing fine.
I woke up and it was 9. It was like 9:06. I'm like, fuck.
All these text messages. Yeah. Where are you at? What's going on?
Oh man,
are you okay?
Out, dude.
I'm just freaking out.
It was a bad week to disappear, you know?
It was, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Woo, yeah, it was.
So you think Barr got a little Epstein problem taken care of?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And Barr was the 77th Attorney General under
Epstein's
George
fucking mansion
H.W.
cost
Bush.
$77 million.
$77 million for the mansion. His bail was $77 million.
It could be because all this stuff. Why did this all happen so fast?
Okay, listen to this.
As soon as he got
announced he wanted to put Barr into place on the 77th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. What the fuck is all the 77s?
It's Shemitah.
It's what?
It's Shemitah or Shemitah, whatever it's called.
I do not know those words.
I'm putting this up to the Bush body count. This doesn't go on Clinton.
37,540,000.
Oh, this is the Bush body count, huh?
Bush body count,
Bush
not
body.
Clinton. And even Trump is trying to like throw off, he's retweeting Clinton body count.
That is true.
Our president's a conspiracy theorist.
That is true.
trying to throw people off the trail.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. I hope Trump's president forever. Just because it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Just give me that comedy. I love that just divisive figure up there. So great.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I also
so Barr was CIA under GW under Poppy Bush.
Oh man.
He was, there's just so many things. He is the fixer. He will do anything to protect the president.
But Trump is not in danger of anything.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
A lawsuit was okay. Well,
go ahead, tell me. I couldn't find anything.
There was a 13-year-old. He supposedly raped a girl at 13, Katie Johnson.
And he settled it, right?
He didn't settle
Yes.
it. She retracted it because she got scared.
Scared. Is that
The
what
whole
you said?
Stormy Daniels thing came out at the same time. I think that was a distraction.
What would Trump need to rape a 13-year-old for?
He who knows?
But we don't know.
Why does anybody need to?
Look,
nobody needs to.
That is true.
It's
but
a civil suit, guys. It's
all the guys were doing it.
But I mean, like, yeah.
It doesn't mean
anybody
anything.
need to?
Versus Clinton has how many rape suits against him and allegations and actual criminal.
And nothing ever happens to any of these fuckers.
But I don't think, one thing I don't think Trump is a pedo.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but we don't.
I don't think so.
Everyone else you can point at, I go, yeah, maybe not AOC, but
Well, I don't have to really get into specifics.
He really doesn't have to.
No. I'd like to not go there, please.
I mean, honestly, they all could be, and they all probably are, to be honest.
So if you think about it, there's two groups that Epstein's death benefits absolutely not at all. One is the Trump administration, because as soon as he dies, like as we've seen, everybody says, Trump did it because he wanted to shut him up for being blah, blah, blah. There's also another angle on the reason why it's not a good idea for Trump to do it, because now that Epstein is dead, all of the evidence that they've collected, there's nobody to defend against its release in court against other in other lawsuits and against other legal actions against the co-conspirators. Nobody has standing to stand up and say, no, this was illegally obtained evidence, or we want to quash this, because it came from places that those people have no expectation or privacy about. The other people that don't have a good reason to do it are the Clinton cabal, because now that there's no reason why all of the information that he held can't just come out, that doesn't benefit them at all. Stopping him from talking wasn't the issue. It was stopping all of the evidence that he had on.
They had all the evidence.
Which
He was
came out
working
the
with the
day
FBI.
before.
Nobody's releasing anything. If you
I
think
know.
they're going to release shit, you are high as fuck. They're on that island right now getting all that crap. They're bagging it up, and that's never gonna
they
see the
are.
light of day.
But
They actually went.
It won't.
Been doing it for a month.
The only
That's
person that has the only group that has anything to gain from any of this is the Bushes, because there is no compromise on the Bushes from Epstein. All the compromise is on everybody else. Everybody else. And the Bush organization is the only one that's left that doesn't have any of that crap that sticks to them.
Dun dun dun. Which kind of would be why Barr's
Yeah,
the
they
fixer,
haven't been
Bar's
implicated in any of it, have they?
because Bar's an old Bush guy. Maybe that's why he's going after
Bar is a
Epstein?
Bush guy. Bar.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know.
Yeah, so that kind of
I
feeds
know.
into the whole entire narrative thing going on that
Yeah.
we got. Okay, I could see it.
And if you'll excuse me for a second, I have to go close the armored shutters on my bunker.
I'm not taking pot shots at you.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about you.
I'm a good shot, though. You might. Just kidding.
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about your I'm not speculating that you have lack of skill.
I got a good, roll in with the Clinton stuff in this prison. That I found an amazing thread that Sam Tripoli from Tinfoil Hat he brought to light here. So basically, it has to do with unions and the Clintons in this prison, and then the unions are tied in with like Trump and shit. But so there's a lot of angles to be looked at in this thread here, but so let's see. Yeah, same thing, Susan. I'm like, where did I go?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's
I had it all day.
these two top union bosses, this Serena Gregg and the other guy's name is Serena Gregg. And
James, we got questions from the chat room. Are you high right now? Is everything
No.
okay?
Yeah.
Do you drink
I
a
am not
Monster?
high.
You can get some high energy.
I don't have any Monster.
Get some high
with
energy
me.
going here, man. Let's get some energy.
What the fuck?
Were you in the middle of a dream when you woke up for?
I don't remember. Yeah,
Well, what
I
were you
don't
dreaming
remember.
about?
I have no clue.
Did you get a haircut today?
No, I just don't have my hat on.
I got one yesterday.
That's why I look different. Where did it go?
Atlas Cruise.
There's no words there.
It's like Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Cruise.
David Cox Sr. and it was the president of American Federation of Government Employees who had so David Cox and this Serena Gregg. So this David Cox guy who had purchased a $20 million 7-room luxury villa in Shanghai, China, and the second being Serena Gregg, president of the American Federation of Government Employees, Local 3418, who had purchased a $6 million luxury apartment in Beijing, China, both of whom controlled the hiring and scheduling of the prison guards assigned to the Metropolitan Correction Center in New York City, where the child sex slave Jeffrey Epstein was discovered dead in a ultra secure federal prison known as Manhattan's Guantanamo, which is in the past 21 years has been only one of its inmates was able to commit suicide. And in 1998, both and in 98 and both of union leaders Cox and Gregg fully supporting Hillary Clinton to be president. But after who lost, to President Trump in 2016, saw both Cox and Gregg in February 2018 openly attacking him over union prison guard staffing in the New York City prison facilities. In June 2008, saw them increasing their attacks on Trump, and yesterday saw Gregg herself shockingly asserting one of the most about one of the most secure prisons in the world. If it wasn't Mr. Epstein, it would have been somebody else because of the conditions of that institution. It wasn't a matter of how it happened or it happening, but a matter of time for it to happen. It was inevitable. I'm not high. I'm just snapping out of it. Yeah. So there's some links to the Clintons in this prison. The people in this, these prison, like getting paid, buying mad property, and there's also something else here that links like Trump to it because of. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty crazy part to it.
Wasn't that the same prison that El Chapo was in for a little bit?
Yes, it was.
I think everybody in New York is in that facility.
Why was El Chapo in a New York prison?
Well, it's a federal detention facility.
Federal. Gotcha.
Didn't he almost escape on another prison or something or other with a helicopter?
Escape from another prison.
Yeah, he did. They opened up a trapdoor under the shower somehow.
And they had like a 3-mile tunnel or something with a motorbike in it for it to escape. It was really
a little tractor that he used to pull himself along. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, Fredo Unhinged. That's hilarious. If that was, you guys are familiar with what happened with Cuomo, right?
Oh yeah,
he went apeshit.
But refresh our memory for those who haven't seen it yet.
So Chris Cuomo was at an event. He's a CNN reporter, or not a reporter, but a head.
An actor.
Talking head.
What? An actor, yeah.
Actor, yeah. He was at some event and someone heckled him or yelled, "Hey, Fredo," to him, referencing Fredo Corleone from The Godfather, who was kind of like a schlep, whatever. I don't know what
A
he
buffoon.
was.
A Goomba.
I watched the Twitter video of him doing. Yeah, he
And he
lit
just
this
goes
guy
ape shit
up.
on his face.
Yeah.
Throw your ass down the stairs. Anyway, and the dude's like, "Hey man, I thought that was your nickname."
And the funny thing is that that Trump uses that and says, "Hey, would this put him in scope for any of these red flag laws where we couldn't own firearms? We'd have to take his weapon away."
Right. Which was, I mean, a reasonable. It was a joke, obviously.
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah.
They jumped on his shit for it. Like, oh, this is horrible. How could he do that? Whatever. That's like their 100% business right now is smearing Trump.
Yeah.
And
you had to say Fredo, not that word, not that of all words, not that word.
Everyone's defending Cuomo. That's the funniest part. The dude's
everyone
a psychopath. Well, his boss is. I mean, if he was at any other non-legacy corporate media job, he would have been fired.
Yeah, I don't know that he's necessarily a psychopath. I think he is a pant load. And he's kind of an empty suit who makes up shit on the air. I mean,
Yeah. Only we can read these WikiLeaks. You cannot.
Some stuff he doesn't make up on the air, but there is some stuff that he makes up on the air.
That's the stuff they tell him to read. That's what he doesn't make up.
Damn.
Anyway, there was someone put a t-shirt in the chat that says Fredo unhinged. Text Fredo to 88022. I don't know what that is. CNN's number or something. Hilarious. Accused of making it seem like he doesn't know.
Oh man.
Hey Grim, I think we're gonna need a audio editing plugin that removes dead air and the word
Then the podcast would be 35 minutes. It wouldn't be worth putting out.
You could fill it in with flatulence.
Just a bunch of fart noises.
That's what she said.
Pretty sweet.
Flatulence, just in whenever there's dead air, just flatulence sound effects.
It's like military people, right? So military folks tend to say the word fuck a lot, and those people that are not military just say
I can see that.
I like it.
it's like I was looking for that screwdriver. And the military people would say, I was looking for that fucking screwdriver.
I have to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Felix, you got a jam? We
Here,
can do a
hold on, I
jam,
got
and
this,
then James, you got something?
Well, no, I got, if it loads here, I got Cuomo when he was lighting this dude up so everyone can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on.
Well, we do the Cuomo, then a jam, and then I know Flavortown's got a bunch of info to dig into that we could riff on.
Excellent.
We do
Oh
some
my
of that.
God, come on here. Yeah. It is just slow go.
And we'll do James' technical difficulties cruise. It's just what
right.
happens. Why would things work the way they're supposed to? This better be worth it, James.
Oh, it's worth it.
So what's going on in Hong Kong is pretty interesting.
Oh, wild protests. Didn't they just unleash like the military on them?
Yeah.
No,
they're on the border.
Yeah, they're all in a stadium. Like I saw all their trucks and everything. Yeah.
Staging. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Any day now. Maybe this one will work.
Yeah, the last thing that I saw was that they were waving American flags in the airport and singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Wow.
And, I shit you not.
Is that like a come save us type thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're specific. They're holding up signs that say Trump's, come help us out, help us defend our Constitution.
Wow.
Don't fall for Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing screams like glowing psyop to me.
Yeah, it does.
Diversion.
Diversion is for sure. I think these red. You think these red flag laws are going to go, or what do you think? What do you think all this crap is?
I think due process is a thing, and it'll probably happen a couple of times, and then it'll end up eventually in front of the Supreme Court.
Exactly. Quickly. But they don't come back till October.
Oh, I think it'll happen as fast as it gets through the local, the district and circuit courts.
Yeah, but
so do you think that people will have their rights restored to them?
Oh, I think they will. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they'll have to.
Because
and then comes the class action suits.
Oh, there you go. Oh, this big business.
Mm-hmm.
Big business.
Yeah. How's it going over there, James?
Everything's a diversion from Epstein.
And I wasn't saying that it was. I wasn't saying Barr was doing it for Trump. Barr's doing it for everyone, in my opinion. That's what I think.
I think Barr's doing it for Bush. I think there's probably more than one faction involved in this.
Oh, definitely.
There's the Clinton faction. There's probably the Windsor faction. There's probably the Bush faction.
There's the whole Israeli faction.
That's exactly what I was.
My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN. Your Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother. Isn't that your brother? And they use it as an Italian aspersion.
Why don't you have Grim play the video? Then we can all hear it.
What happened, James? What's going on with your cables?
Through his phone.
Yeah. Why won't this?
Operator error.
Mm-hmm.
Your video is important to us.
All right.
Punk ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN. Your Fredo is from The Godfather.
I think we can make a rap out of it.
Isn't that your brother? They use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian? It's a fucking insult to your people. It's an insult to your fucking people. It's like the N-word for us. Is that a cool fucking thing? You're a much more reasonable guy in person than you seem to be on television. If you want to play, you fucking play. If you've got something you want to say about what I do on television, then say it. But don't call me a fucking insult. Hey, listen. What? Yeah, you're going to have a big fucking problem. What's the problem? It's a little different on TV. Don't fucking insult me like that. I didn't insult you. You call me Fredo. It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that? You want that to be your nickname? I didn't call you that. You called me Fredo. You know my name's not fucking Fredo. I thought your name was. You did not think my name was fucking Fredo. Don't be a liar. You want to be a man? Stand up like a man. You want to be a man out here? Then fucking own it. Then own what you said. Hey, then own what you said. Listen, man, I have a problem with you. Yeah, you're gonna have a fucking problem. What? What do you talk about? I'll fucking ruin your shit. I'll fucking throw you down these stairs like a fucking. You don't like sue? So you can fucking sue? Why don't you do it? Go take a swing. You call me Fredo. Take a fucking swing. Take a fucking swing. Watch your fucking hands. Take a swing. Watch your fucking hands. Take a swing.
They're all pushing up on him and shit.
You want to call me shit? Call me shit then. I'm right fucking here. I'll fucking wreck your shit. I'll fucking wreck your shit. You didn't actually wreck. You didn't know what you were doing. I thought it was your name. I thought it was your name. You didn't know, right? Hey, you didn't know what you were saying, right? I thought it was your name. I'm breaking it. This is my body. You're in for it. You're in for it.
Overreaction.
You're in for it.
I'll take communicating a threat and attempted battery for 500, Alex.
And the funny thing is, Trump quote tweeted that video and was like, I thought his name was Fredo too. Huh. Like he's the master troll.
Wow.
The master troll.
Hilarious.
Why not?
Yeah,
and then he said something like, well, I think maybe under the red flag laws, we'd take a look at Mr. Cuomo here, like saying shit like that. Like he's like just fucking ridiculous.
I will say that Fredo is welcome anytime he wants to come over for spaghetti with cut up hot dogs at that.
Spaghetti and cut up hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Bada bing.
Come on over.
I mean, that was like an extra minute of come on over here, you fucked hard. Yeah. Like it was ridiculous.
Like some Jersey Shore shit, man.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is.
Mama's gonna
That's
pop.
mushroom.
Some
It's in that
fucking,
swisher.
fucking wops.
Fredo all over the wall.
Oh my god.
I think we could make that rant into some kind of rap song.
It's
Oh, that'd be
possible.
awesome.
My name is Cuomo. I'm an anchor. I wreck
Yeah,
your
we
shit.
We got to get the auto tune going.
Oh,
My
If-
name is
if the
fucking
situation-
Fredo.
If the situation had musculature developed around his sphincter instead of his abs, that would be Fredo.
yeah, and this, yeah, it's like he shot up like, took like whatever 6 shots of like, he's like roids or whatever. He's like roid rage like on this like dude.
Well, that's just like the natural Italian demeanor. When you meet them, like
Yeah.
it's natural roid rage
Hey.
like that.
Yeah,
Can't help it. It's all the
Chest
carbs
out
from the pasta.
in your face. It's all that carb.
Listen, I am 164th Italian. I will throw you down these stairs.
You probably
you ready?
would.
You want to play? Let's play.
Let's play.
Throw me on
Throw your ass
164
down
for
these
the
steps.
Ah!
And Cuomo was just like out with his family. This dude comes up to him.
yeah.
Hey, Fredo.
He was drinking.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't see
What?
his family.
oh yeah. That was like a
Family.
beer tent, dude. They were in.
Yeah, I didn't see his
And-
family. I saw bodyguards.
Yeah.
I understand he's pissed off, but he should totally write children's book with that kind of rhetoric.
Oh,
That's
Children's
ridiculous. I mean, you're on TV for God's sake. You're
yeah.
supposed to be representing.
He doesn't
Well,
give a shit.
You know what it is? It's a news story that's trying to pull away from the Epstein shit. They're like, let's get one of our anchors out there doing something outrageous.
Yeah.
Maybe this will distract a little bit from this Epstein stuff.
That's
And what are we talking about right now?
Bingo. You nailed it, that guy. Felix, what do you got for us tonight? You got I know you got something to serenade us with.
Yeah. I do.
Oh yeah.
Sound like me.
By the way,
Just woke
Felix
up-
has a
I woke
new
up from
album.
a micro nap.
Try not to sound so excited, okay?
A micro nap?
Just took a micro nap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, new album. Just if anyone tuned in,
I took a nano nap.
long time coming.
SirFelix.bandcamp.com.
SirFelix.bandcamp.com. Pay what you want. You can pay me $100+ dollaroonies.
He needs
If
to
you
make
want.
10,000. He's making 10,000.
That was what I was throwing out there. I'm looking to make upwards.
And that's what the
That was
universe
10,000.
is. You put your goals out there. And you put that out there, and it's the universe will provide.
Just recently I started listening to some more like music business podcasts, and I don't really get into it, but a couple of them I've listened to, and they keep an eye on the whole business end of it. And I really like the idea of an album. I know like nowadays people just can't sit through a whole entire album, but I like piecing it together. I just love like, having a whole set of songs and then just putting them in a certain order that just makes sense to me, that'll maybe make sense to you. But the albums that are selling nowadays are just those like classic albums like Metallica, Pink Floyd. Those ones are the ones that are still selling as full albums now.
Because everybody's just making singles. And it's like you just buy the single, buy the one song, microtransactions.
And
buy my song.
playlists.
Yeah, playlists. Randomized.
And
honestly,
I don't
dude, like with YouTube, there's no need to ever buy music. In my opinion, like any song that I could ever want is on YouTube, and I have YouTube Red, so it's like I don't get ads, so it's just infinite music. Yeah, there's no need to ever buy anything
except my album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously yours.
And again, it's called Nighttime Boutique for all you out there. Nighttime. It was originally going to be called. I was going to do a real long-winded kind of thing. Nighttime Boutique mixtape, Volume 1 recipe book or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just wanted to just shorten it just to Nighttime Boutique, make it a little more serious.
It's nice cereal.
So I do have a song for you guys. It's called. You'll know the name of it. It's originally from 1963. The song is about boyhood and getting out of boyhood and becoming a man, and the kind of almost the bittersweetness of growing up.
Is it Michael Jackson's "Beat It"?
No.
Oh, okay.
And,
that reminds me. Yeah.
I went on YouTube just to kind of listen to it, and there was
Oh no,
some-
you said 63, not 83.
1963.
Yeah.
It was around the 60s, right? Doing some Jackson 5 stuff, maybe? No, 70s.
That would have been the 70s, I think.
He might have been in the 60s. I think he was born in like 1950, something.
God, can you imagine that
MJ?
dude still on stage just cutting a rug? Whew, pulling hammies every other night. Yeah.
He was possessed when he was doing the moonwalking. He's just possessed.
Oh, love that. The moonwalk? Come on. What did that guy just do? Yeah.
I remember the Super Bowl where wasn't he? It was all just pre-recorded.
Oh, that was
up.
amazing though. He comes
He was, like,
boosting
up
up
on
to
the-
the floor. Yeah.
He was somewhere and then he teleported or
Yeah.
something or other.
There was like a bunch of them along the top of the stadium, and then it was like the light shines on one end of the stadium, the other, and this is all up top, and then one on top of the scoreboard, and then all of a sudden it goes dark, and then he comes blasting up through the floor of the stage, and then busts right into some
And then
jam.
a big Pepsi, and then a big Pepsi logo just flies at your face.
Yeah.
Can you hear guitar?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, like I said, it's just about boyhood and growing up and the bittersweetness of it. And for all you boys out there, turn into men. Be good guys. Just like those Gillette commercials will tell you out there. Be a good guy.
Be a good guy.
Right?
Shave your balls.
Be nice.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I went on YouTube and just took a little listen to the song, and people actually say they cry when they listen to this song.
Oh no.
Just reminiscing about when they listened to it in 1963.
I'm crying waiting for it.
The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
All right, here goes. Enjoy it out there. Buy my album. Thanks. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on our boats with a billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perch on a Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant rings make way for other toys. One great night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more.
and Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. Oh, his head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Unholy. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called
Beautiful, Felix. That was beautiful.
Lovely.
Oh man.
Smoke him if you got him.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
I
Beautiful.
haven't heard that in a long time.
Did it give you the feels?
It did. Definitely.
Have you made a pressing on a vinyl record for the millennials to buy?
No.
Oh, you should. I'll buy a vinyl.
On wax?
Yeah.
You need
vinyl.
Laser disc.
Wax is wax. Vinyl is vinyl.
Mini disc.
Mini disc. Yeah, just mini discs. That's all I want.
Dude, you could totally record it on copper. I mean, not on copper, on pottery. Like
I'd
clay.
do that.
Good.
I'd do that.
That would totally work.
Yeah.
Clay tablets.
Can I get your whole discography on zip disc, please?
All
Zip drive.
all different renditions of Puff the Magic Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that.
What about those little cartridges that they used to give out at like fast food restaurants where you could put like one song? It was like before MP3s came out.
I remember
in, like,
those.
the
God,
early
what were those
2000s.
called?
It came with like their own little headphones and
Yes,
stuff
I know
too.
exactly what you're talking
Oh,
about.
weird.
Clip songs, something clip
Yeah.
hit something.
Were they like keychains? I kind of remember
They,
this.
they were
Kind of.
sort of, yeah. Oh man.
I wonder how much audio you can cram into a QR code. I'm gonna find out.
You could do that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't
That'd
know.
be dope. We could put QR codes on our stuff for Crypticon.
Because people just love scanning random ass QR codes with their phone.
They were called hit clips.
Nobody does that.
Is it spelled with a Z?
No, with an
Hit
S.
clips with a Z?
Nope,
Oh.
hit clips with an S. Yep. Man, that
I
just
gotta
brought
see
me
these.
back. It's like post Tamagotchi. You remember when we used to have fads? When fads would come through and they'd last for like 6 months. Doesn't happen anymore.
The little big, you see a little
Beanie
picture of
Babies.
little
Beanie Babies, Tamagotchis, yo-yos came through for a while.
Tamagotchi, is that little like? Oh no, I'm thinking. I think.
Oh, dude, those were awesome. Those little digital pets.
Oh no, I'm
Just
thinking
let 'em
of.
starve.
those little cartridges are pretty cool. Zip hit clips.
The little
Hit
brown
clips?
monster. What the hell was that thing?
You talking about Furbies, James?
No, it was
No,
a
you
brown monster and it had like big teeth, big smile. Once I say it, you'll know it.
Probably.
Not Momo, but Domo.
I don't know Domo. I don't know this that you speak of.
Domo or
Mr. Roboto.
Roboto.
Yes.
You know, if you bought a hit clip,
Yeah, Domo. Just go. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
I'll look it up.
you know,
This
back
might
in
be before my
2000,
time.
if you would
No,
have bought a hit clips and keep it in mint condition in the box and you kept it until now, 19 years later, it would be worth $7.47 on eBay.
I want to buy a bunch, I bet you can get some sweet like Britney Spears and NSYNC
That's
songs.
what it is. Britney Spears, baby, one more time.
God, it's so
new
great.
inbox.
It would cost you more to keep it in mint condition than that. For 18 years.
Oh, you know what? It's just the clip. It's not the player. It's just the clip.
Do you guys remember pop-up videos?
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, on VH1, I remember pop-up videos.
Pop-up video.
That was great. TV used to be a great thing.
No, it never was.
I was younger.
But I'll tell you, when like Jersey Shore and all those reality TV shows started, that's when the decline. That's when it jumped the shark for sure.
Yeah, that was like early 2000s when everything got stupid.
The real world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
MTV Cribs.
Apprentice.
Cribs.
The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Apprentice. Yes.
All of them. All of them. It's just like who gives a
Although
shit?
I'm not gonna lie, I still watch.
Is what I say.
I still watch Survivor to this day, and I will always watch Survivor.
I've never seen that show.
It's a guilty
I remember
pleasure.
the first year.
I've seen
Guilty
Jersey
pleasure,
Shore
mine.
because my kids watched it. That's
I've
about
never
it.
seen that.
Or I've seen plenty of that.
It's hidden.
Cabs are here.
Man. So what do we got going on with Hidden History? What's happening here?
That's a great
I
question.
forgot we're doing a show. We're just kind of hanging out here.
That's a great question. I'm just trying to figure out the same thing myself. So I guess I can just kind of start talking about it. If you
You
guys
just
don't mind,
talk.
hop
You
into
just
it.
talk. Words will
Hop
happen.
into it.
That's what we
So a couple of years ago, I guess it was, I got turned on to some stuff. I want to say it was on Reddit. And you know how you get into those Reddit holes sometimes. And I ended up originally being interested in some of like this old architecture from the expositions in like Buffalo, like the Pan Am and all that kind of stuff, like really cool shit. So I stumbled across this website, stolenhistory.org.org, and shout out to the I guess creator, administrator, owner. I'm sure he'll probably hear this at some point.
Oh, definitely.
The guy who's-
Everybody. We have millions of listeners.
yeah, exactly. Corbin Dallas is the guy who kind of started
Multipass from Fifth Element. Bruce Willis's character.
Multipass.
Yeah.
Multipass.
Yeah, exactly. And so he put this website together that's basically compiled a bunch of this, like, sort of, it's a forum, first of all. And he compiled all this stuff, all this research that a lot of people have done on various topics about history and, how it's not really what we think it is. And I would probably say that the most popular topic, which you probably can find outside of Stolen History, is Tartaria or Tartary. Tartaria.
Yeah, I've literally never heard of this until tonight, which is crazy because I've been like deep down rabbit holes for years now, and I've never heard of Tartaria.
This is hot
How do you
and fresh
spell
out
that?
the kitchen.
It's a new
Tartary is the name of the. Well, we
The
don't really
website
know
is,
what it was.
There was a group of people called the Tartars.
Correct. And so the question is, what was this? Because Wiki will tell you that it was just sort of a mishmash of different cultures all kind of living together in what is, I guess, kind of known now as like the eastern plains of Asia. So like where the Mongols and all that kind of stuff were. But there's a lot more to it than that, because it seems like they actually have a lot more solid history as potentially being its own nation and possibly even branching out globally. Again, that's all a theory, but it's definitely talked about quite a bit on the site. And I'd say that's probably the major topic on the site.
When was this site discovered?
The site itself started like 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say.
Really?
I hopped onto it about a year and a half ago. So when I had started, it maybe been going for about 6 months. There wasn't a whole lot on there. To be honest, like I didn't really like post or anything for probably a good solid few months because I was just kind of taking everything in. Because the one thing about this is it's a lot of fucking reading.
Tartaria.
It's just a lot. What I thought would be cool would be to start off with a CIA document declassified in 1998.
Wow.
Or I should read. Should we go over the wiki definition of what Tartary is?
Yeah, sure.
Tartary or Great Tartary was a name used from the Middle Ages until the 20th century to designate the great tract of northern and central Asia, stretching from the Caspian Sea and the Ural Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, settled mostly by Turco-Mongol peoples after the Mongol invasion and subsequent Turkic migrations. So basically, like Genghis Khan, I think.
Yeah, they Mongols. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, they call it just an area where people settled, but it might have actually been a country. So here we go to this CIA document. I can send you the link here. We can put in the show notes, but I'll just read an excerpt here. Or let us take the matter of history, which, along with religion, language, and literature, constitute the core of a people's cultural heritage. Here again, the communists have interfered in a shameless manner. For example, on 9 August 1944, the Central Committee of the Communist Party, sitting in Moscow, issued a directive ordering the party's Tartar Provincial Committee, quote, to proceed to a scientific revision of the history of Tartaria, to liquidate serious shortcomings and mistakes of a nationalistic character committed by individual writers and historians in dealing with Tartar history, end quote. In other words, Tartar history was to be rewritten. Let us be frank, was to be falsified in order to eliminate references to Great Russian aggressions and to hide the facts of the real course of the Tartar-Russian relations. And this was no isolated case. In every Muslim area within the USSR, historians, on orders of the Communist Party, have rewritten history to distort the facts so that the Russians appear always in a good light. Needless to say, histories which present the facts truthfully have been withdrawn and destroyed so that the present and future generations of Muslims are forever denied the chance of learning the true facts about their nation's past. It was written in 1957, but it was declassified in 1998.
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So there's just a conspiracy to keep this Tartar history buried.
Yeah.
But why? But why?
That's a good question. So there's some this is kind of where we go into speculative territory here, and a lot of what the site talks about is obviously what happened.
It doesn't exist, folks.
Exactly. It doesn't exist, but they had their own flag. It was yellow with a yellow background with a griffin on it. Looks pretty cool, actually. So they had their own flag. They kind of had their own style. They all wore this sort of like weird, like a lot of round pointed hats, things like that. Again, kind of like Mongol dress.
Yeah.
There are multiple publications listing the country of Tartary in its flag as late as 1865. So, relatively recently in the scheme of things. But the real question is, what happened? Why does nobody talk about this anymore? And obviously, the communist government destroyed a lot of history, and so the real question is, was there a war there? Was there? Nobody really seems to know. Some people speculate that maybe Napoleon had something to do with that. I mean, you had to think War of 1812. He's going, or late 1700s, early 1800s. He's going in and allegedly fighting Russia. But then you find all this sort of commemorative stuff about that period of time, where the Tsar and Napoleon were kind of like, on the same coin with each other. And so I don't know. It's there's a lot out there. And it's weird. It's definitely something I did not think would be out there.
I want to do a dive with you down this Napoleon stuff too. This dude was off of that site. We could go on a different day, but what was it? Napoleon
building the pyramids
and shit. Yeah. I was blown away. I started reading. I'm like, this is epic.
You should read Walter Bosler's new book, The Esoteric Napoleon, because I just heard an interview with him. He was talking about how he thinks that Napoleon's brother actually went to Elba and Napoleon came to the States and died in like New England somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was listening to that interview. It was really interesting.
What was that on?
Wasn't it what's the long one? I'm trying to think. Hold on.
THC,
I just listened to it. Was it THC? I heard him on
THC.
Other Side of Midnight. He did Other Side of Midnight. He had like a 3-hour interview on Other Side of Midnight.
I haven't heard that one yet.
Okay.
I actually spoke with him yesterday. So
the Baz. Tartaria.
He did an interview with Yvonne and Jay. Which will be out.
That show's doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Better than mine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But I mean, it's all in what you gauge success at. Like I look at the fact that we have at least one person interacting with us when we're talking on the internet every Tuesday night, so that's a win in my book.
I think the new show is going to be a hit. So we'll see.
Hey, definitely.
So another interesting topic that I personally find really, really crazy. The Tartary stuff again is really interesting, but to be honest, I don't know a ton about it. The Tartary thing kind of came from a lot of Russian people, kind of uncovering their own history. So it's kind of like it was like I guess you could call it like an underground sort of like historical movement in Russia that people are starting to talk about this more, because really just in the last like 3 or 4 years, Russians have been like translating some of this stuff into English so people over here can actually start reading about it. But apparently they've been looking into it for a little while.
It came out at the same time like that mud flood stuff came up.
Yeah, and that's all on here too.
It nowadays tartar is also used to refer to the people, but tartar is still almost always used for derived terms such as tartar sauce, steak tartar missile. I didn't know there was a tartar missile. I have to look that one up, but all tunic peoples living within the Russian Empire were named Tartar. As a Russian axiom, some of these populations still use Tartar as self-designation. Others do not.
Tunic or Teutonic?
Turkic.
Ah.
Completely wrong. Yeah, tunic.
None of the above.
None of the above. And it's
Shit.
I'll have a Tangerine tunic.
Do you guys know what I just remembered? I forgot Duel sent me a hate mail. Or not a hate mail, it's more of a story.
Segment.
He sent me a lucid dreams story that I forgot to do. We got to do that segment.
Interesting. Yeah.
Give me a sec here. I got to get this ready.
Tartar. Yeah, I'm like
cruising with steak tartar.
It's yeah, we got to come out with condiments for.
What do we got here?
Site to sell.
Look at that, and we'll do that, and then we'll go back to another
steak tartar a la cruise.
James Cruz and Grim Steak. James Cruz and Grim Steak. Hey man, a woo. GRIMSTAKN. G man, a woo. James Cruz and Grim Steak. Hey man, a woo.
All right. Here it comes. All right, I found it. We got an email from Duel, our Scottish friend, who's been interacting. It's in the chats too. And I was really happy him and Amanda had their first interaction today and just started speaking nonsense Scot to each other. Didn't make any sense to me. It was just mush mouth.
Oh, you wee lad.
That's basically all it was. It was going back and forth. But all right, this is from Duel. and he titles it First Lucid Contribution. Dear Grim, hope this finds you well. Here's a story for you. Read and use as much or as little as you see fit. As you suggested, a couple of sherbets of your choice may add to the atmospherics. I don't know what that means. You got this. Go for it, dudes. I believe in your honesty. Sounds like something. Anyway, I'd been listening to some fringe podcasts when this topic came up. Was it really possible to interact or control your dreams, or even realize that you're dreaming? Also, got a hold of a couple of books that had some guidelines or suggestions to bring about lucidity. A simple one. Oh my god, I'm gonna murder my cat right now. She's being insane. Okay. A simple one is to say that when I see my hands, I will realize that when I come to a place in my dream, I will realize I tried a couple, but not to the point of obsessing about it. Just kind of let it lie about subconscious. It was going along fine. No great eureka moments, but then it just came about spontaneously. The dream. We walked through a room to a hillside viewpoint to look out over a local harbor at Stornoway. There was a boat in a fixed frame with lots of people around it. I identified this as a film that was being made about a lifeboat rescue with all the cast around it, pointing out a lady in a blue dress getting into a boat. A large wave came in and washed up on the shore. As I walked away, past Donald Trump standing still with the glowing yellow power eyes, and asked him, "Are you awake?" Then I asked, "Am I awake? No, am I dreaming? This is it." Knew I had to think, stabilize yourself, don't lose it. Donald Trump with glowing eyes. I knew that I wanted to fly and meet a certain type of person. I walked into what felt like an awards dinner with people in round tables, looking happy, one standing welcoming me, and then felt they were acknowledging I was there, and they knew I was lucid, and they were the kind of people I was looking for. There were thoughts of not getting too excited as I knew I was going to try to get airborne, and there was a place ahead where it was going to happen. I came into the wall of shimmering metallic purple and silver and knew that this was going to be it. My choice of getting up was strong and peaceful breaststrokes, which lifted me up through shimmering purple space. It had a strong resemblance to being in a dive training tower. Up, away into space, turning 360 degrees around, spinning and feeling the ecstasy. At the top of the wall, I landed on a grand white balcony and had ivy foliage interwoven through railings spilling down into the space I had flown up. There was a lady on the balcony who was a bit fuzzy and mirage-like, but I had a loving feeling and recommended descending by swinging down through the foliage. As my arms stretched out and touched end to end of the balcony, I swung down from the level to level in a zigzag motion, one end down to the next level and to the other end, a sliding, even rhythm. As I neared the bottom on my final swing, I came across the right side and caught my hand at I came across to the right side, and a hand caught me and guided me the last step to the ground. I turned and started down a lit white corridor, and that was it. Awake. I could see a picture in the dark, and my neck, shoulders, sides of my bicep were burning, with needle goosebumps. So there it is, the realization I was dreaming, and the ability to participate in the events up to a point. I've been writing down some of my further dreams that are precious, the ability of getting that lucidity again. A lot of seagoing, harbor ships, etc., places where I was happy, fulfilled. Reading back over them a year or so is sometimes funny to ask, what was I thinking? What brought the weird set of circumstances into my night journeys? What was the ship doing sailing through legs of a rig? Why was a crowded house? Hey now, dream is over. Playing a show in the street. What are you saying now, Duel? He's just rambling. Hold fast, Duel Mac. Right if you feel like it, blah, blah, blah. Something about seeing Nessie someday. And that's the end of Duel's lucid dream.
He went into another dream there at the end.
Yeah, he went like in dreams within dreams. Inception.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was wild.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I love the way so many people in the Discord write. We're some amazing writers. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
Flavortown's one of them.
Yeah.
There's good writers.
We should write a story, and everyone gets to write a chapter or a paragraph or something.
Exquisite Corpse.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
That's like a creepypasta thing, isn't it?
Let's do it. Did we just come up with a topic or not? Or not even really?
Someone would start it, and then we could we could put it on Lulu and sell it.
Ooh.
I like it.
Yeah, Cruising Mistake literature. I like it.
Be a part of the magic.
That's a great idea.
All right, what else we got on the agenda?
Have you
We
seen
got
this,
urban fires. We could talk urban fires.
One second.
Urban
Have you
fires?
seen
Yes.
this podcast pod doodle thing?
Pod doodle?
Oh, they do it for Where
called-
Did the Road Go, don't they?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It's pretty
I'd
cool.
hate to see what they do with this show. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead.
they what do they animate the show?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Not like Joe Rogan animation. Thing,
Yeah.
More like illustrations.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to look at. I just wrote that down. That sounds interesting. Pod doodle.
So there's no more engaging content on a podcast than describing pictures, but
Yeah. Yeah.
my personal favorite topic on this forum is the topic of fires in the early 1900s and what it did to the cities. So just to give you an idea of, here, I'll post I think I posted a link for you guys to check out some.
There we go. Yeah.
Images. I'll put it in the chats here too. So what we have here is a series of images. Well, at first it shows you what bombings look like. But if you keep scrolling down, you'll find images from fires that happened in the early 1900s, specifically the Great Boston Fire, the Great Chicago Fire, the Great Seattle Fire, Great Fire of Portland, Maine. There were about 100 great fires between like the 1760s and the early 1900s, and most of them, when you look at photos of them, don't look like fires. I know it's a pretty hot conspiracy topic to talk about fires that aren't really fires, and they kind of, aren't exactly what they seem, but this kind of like, these photos kind of take the cake on like the plausibility of fires bringing down buildings. I mean, these things look like they've been bombed out. I mean, anyone can Google, Great Chicago Fire and find photos pretty quickly of.
Dude, those are epic pictures of them. Those iconic fires. Yeah.
Do you know how many times I've been to the Chicago Historical Society and seen the dioramas of all the Chicago fire stuff? Yeah. At least 8 times.
And like you see the images, and it's not like it's rubble, and like bricks falling off. It's like they've been shaken or like hit by something. Like there's no scorch marks. There's no there's really like no evidence of fire at all. And what's even crazier is a lot of these stories, you find out that like very few people, if any, died. Now some of the bigger ones, like the Chicago one, they say like 300 people died, but like you can go into like smaller towns. Like I wrote something up on Savannah, Georgia, I believe, had a fire that nobody died in. And then the real crazy thing too is how soon these cities were rebuilt afterwards. So in 1889, there was a fire in Seattle. It was basically, they said, depending on who you use as your source, anywhere from 25 blocks to 64 blocks were destroyed of the city. So, it's considerable amount. You got to think this is 1889. So, it's a pretty substantial loss for any city. But what's crazy is that essentially they rebuilt that whatever section of the city they're claiming to be was destroyed in 18 months. Like the stuff that you see that was rebuilt after the fire in Seattle was done in 18 months. At least that's the historical claim. 40 miles of railroad, about 5,600 buildings constructed, and all of the mess was cleaned up in 18 months.
Well, whatever they did here was probably what they did on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, because how the hell did they clean those up so quick? Where was the fallout?
Yeah, like what did they do with like? There's no images of them cleaning. Like, there's plenty of images of the aftermath, but like you don't see how like anything being rebuilt. You don't see like anyone like loading this shit off into carts or trucks or anything like that. Like, it's just, you know, and then most of these pictures you see like maybe 2 or 3 people just sort of wandering around and like they shouldn't be there, and they're all wearing like suits. Like they're not they're not in an environment that would be conducive to like cleaning up after a fire. Like it's very strange. It's almost like they're standing in front of it like just sort of I don't know. It's like they're just letting people know that they were there. It's very bizarre. And the camera quality is really good too. Like that's another thing that kind of blows my mind about these old photos.
Exposure's good.
Or yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I feel like I remember learning in the, you know, that period of time you had to kind of stand still for a while, but you know, these people are in pretty good exposure, and you know, they got shutter speeds back then, I guess, that were a lot better than I thought. But it's definitely worth checking out. Anyone who is curious about these kind of things. There's, like I said, literally hundreds to investigate, and almost all of them have photos that look like
directed energy weapons.
Yeah, or something like, or honestly, my theory is the Tesla earthquake machines.
Oh shit! Tesla earthquake machines. I've heard about those. What's that all about?
They did that. They did. I'm pretty sure there's like an old MythBusters episode you can dig up where they actually went and confirmed the kind of like earthquake tech that he had. It was basically just like tuning into the natural vibrations of buildings or bridges or whatever. Like stick a small oscillator with weights on either side and just sort of like tune it to the right frequency. And like the MythBusters did it, and they were able to get an entire bridge to just start like shaking,
crumbling,
vibrating. Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking Tesla. It all comes back to Tesla tech.
So the real question is, like, you know, was Tesla the only one who knew about that stuff back then?
Yeah, that's that whole like when the Wright brothers were building their airplane, you know, some Russian dudes were building the same thing.
Yeah, dude, more than likely not.
Yeah.
If one person figures something out, the world probably knows everything. What are we watching on Jerry's screen right now? Is this Spider-Man porn?
It's Spider-Man chasing
Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen, I think.
I don't know.
Okay.
Is this one of those Elsa Gate videos?
Yeah. Not this one particularly. This one is.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's Elsa Gate video. That's weird.
So weird stuff.
But the really sick ones were like the kids were drinking pee or bath water or stuff. Those are all gone.
Oh, that's a shame.
Some of these videos will have unbelievable amounts of views.
Yeah.
There's 16 million views.
And this is
isn't it just mostly kids just like searching Frozen and just sort of letting their video recommendations run?
I found, not these, but the animated ones, I found them to be really formulaic and in a way that an AI could pick up on, I think. I actually thought for a while that maybe AIs were communicating through them, sending messages to each other, or they were programming something. I don't know. They had that feel to it. It was just that kind of weirdness.
Or like a MK Ultra trigger video or something?
That possibly too. There was a lot of accidental harm to person bodies, like getting cut or uncomfortable situations, especially like pissing in a bathtub or having to pee really bad.
James, remember when your son was pissing on the Christmas tree?
Yeah, I do remember that. He did do that.
After watching all the Elsa Gate videos?
That's what happened. That's what was the trigger mechanism.
As a 50-year-old guy, I found it disturbing.
I find this video disturbing. What's going on right now?
I don't know.
She ate a gumball and passed out. Nice.
The
the Joker. So
Spider-Man like did he drug these gumballs? Like,
No,
I don't
it was
know.
the Joker. No, it was the Catwoman. She did it.
oh no, he's out.
It's
Yeah.
too much to handle.
I'm wild.
What is this? Elsa
This is
needs
Elsa
to pee.
needs- Yeah.
There's only 221 views, so I'm not too threatened by this video.
No, those are the ones you want to watch out for.
Yeah.
How about 3.6 million?
Elsa's new bed.
I don't think this is one of the creepy ones, though. Maybe look at some guy named something.
You never know. What are the comments?
That's
It's just a
crazy.
pedophile network.
They're disabled. They don't want the encoded messages, and they don't. Or let me rephrase that: they don't want all the conspiracy theorists on the internet telling
It's just
people
so
that
weird.
they're hidden
Look at
comments.
this. Elsa's eating sweets, and then she's going to brush her teeth.
How can garbage like this get 20 million views? It makes me.
Exactly.
What is happening?
It's from Cookie Swirl. That's not a good one, though.
I thought Disney screwed us up enough as kids, but this is on like a whole other level.
Oh, totally. I'll take my Disney programming any day over this.
It's funny because those Spider-Man things. That's my son makes. Well, he does fan films of Spider-Man, and he has like one of those badass suits and stuff. And like basically, I don't know. They kind of follow along with some of the movies that's out now, but they'll do like the next chapter, and they're filming. They're in production right now. And he had this grand plan of, well, we have a green screen. We have a bunch of stuff. It's pretty funny. We wanted to try to get like a drone to do some of these like Spider-Man swinging like shots and stuff. We saw some pretty cool ways that people have done these fan films with some unique, tricky editing. You can make them look really cool.
I saw one a few weeks ago where somebody fan edited the fight in Star Wars: A New Hope.
Oh,
where the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan, and like actually did their own fan version and kind of like deep faked Obi-Wan's face onto a guy, and then just like, had a dude with a Darth Vader costume do it, and it was actually really good. Like they use a lot of this like similar choreography from some of the newer stuff and just kind of like updated it, and it actually was, for what it was worth, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but there's this like, there's this crew that makes these amazing like fan film, like what I don't even fan, just these little films they put out on what the hell? My browser's going weird.
Everything's breaking tonight, James.
I know. I'm like,
because he's had to talk
night.
about Epstein.
Yeah, I know. Then everything.
Cosmic rays.
Cosmic rays. Cosmic rays.
It was funny. I was talking to this guy. My son's friends with his son or whatever, and I think this guy works for like oil company or something, but he lives they live in Saudi Arabia, and they have like houses all over the freaking place. But like, I guess they're from the area I'm in, and that's why they come home like in the summer for a little bit. And my kids, they take these skate classes through this rec center, skateboard classes through this rec center, and that's how my son and this kid met. Well, I was talking to his dad the other day, and we were talking about flying, and yeah, dude, hit that plane, that flight to Saudi Arabia is no joke. It's like 27 hours or something ridiculous, dude. But he talked about flying that high and radiation like sickness, because like your close to the edge of the dome, And I was like, yeah, you always hear of like, or not, I don't know, just you hear that I always hear a lot that, and my old art instructor, he died. Like a lot of people, they go on vacations and they die in different countries. Say you're older and you go on a 20-hour plane ride getting bombed with radiation and you get sick. Like, I think that happens more than we think. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. And he said the same stuff. He's like, yeah, you call it jet lag or whatever. Obviously you're up there for a while, but it's like also there's brought up radiation and shit. I'm like, wow, that's pretty crazy.
And they got those crazy ass machines in the actual airports themselves now too.
Yeah. And you walk through a radiated machine. Yeah.
I don't even understand what those things are. Are they checking for like
bomb
dust?
Yeah, maybe.
But we don't know.
What's cool with kids, man, they let me just go through the normal metal detector.
The backscatter machines?
Yeah.
No, they have. Well, those are those ones that you stand in and put your hands up. Yeah.
They're basically the same frequencies as what 5G has in that gigahertz, terahertz range. And they shoot these rays at you, these invisible rays that you can't feel. And because your body and parts inside your body deflect the rays, it causes a backscatter. They don't come straight through you. And they can look at the pattern that makes. It's kind of like, I don't know. I guess I don't know what else works like that, like an electron microscope kind of, but on a large scale.
Why? Why do they need that?
To detect danger.
Lizards.
Lizards. I don't know, maybe they can scan your DNA with that.
Maybe it's to help fight jet lag.
What is this I'm watching right now, Jerry? What is this on screen?
It's Frozen Elsa and Mona babies play colorful water balloons. It's like baby Spider-Man and baby Elsa.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's really weird.
What's wrong?
I feel like I'm getting MK Ultra right now.
Oh, 100%. 100% we're getting activated. It's happening.
The good ones are all gone. The creepy ones. This guy's going through them. I don't mean good. I mean like.
So weird.
Oh no.
So
weird.
Yeah,
that's the kind of weird stuff there was.
Well, I mean, I guess at least to their credit, they took it down, right?
I think they got their channels closed down.
Man.
Attacked by a giant.
Shit.
This is why I like looking through old pictures of history and reading old books. It's a little
It's better than the present. The present's just complete nonsense right now. Just pure nonsense.
It really is.
It's madness.
I found a really cool quote from a book in the 1700s talking about moon-eyed people, like some weird like cave creature type people that the Cherokee encountered back in like who knows when.
There's a lot of that.
Like that stuff's pretty cool.
Isn't that who is it? The Hopi who encountered the ant people, like the underground ant people, who were the ones that were they saved them during some cataclysm.
They warned them of one.
Warned them, yeah. There you go. But there's a lot of ancient civilizations contacting higher people. Words? What the hell?
Different people.
There you go.
Non like regular human
yes,
people.
non-them. This is weird.
Yeah, here it is.
It could be the Tartarians, though. Who knows?
Well, and so I actually, in that same book as the Moon-Eyed People, I did actually find an excerpt on Tartary in there. Where did I find that? It's one of those books that's so old that some of the S's look like F's without the line through them, so it's kind of hard to read. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen old text that looks like that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Here we go. I may accidentally pronounce some of these S's as F's.
That's fine.
I have no knowledge. Let me skip ahead. All right. They're talking about this particular group of people. I'm not sure who. It doesn't really matter. And many barbarous properties. They resemble the old and rude Tartars above all nations of the earth. Which opinion of mine touching the Americans descending, from the Tartars rather than from any other nation that in that border of Asia, after the near vicinity of Asia to America. This reason above all other may best establish and persuade, because it is certain that the northeast part of Asia possessed by the Tartars is, if not continent with the west side of America, yet which remaineth somewhat doubtful, yet certainly and without all doubt it is the least disjoined by sea. I'll skip ahead and basically say they're implying that the Tartars either came from the United States or like from America, or they made it over there at some point and essentially became many Indian tribes in the area. They share a lot of similar traits. Red hair is one of them. And there's also some references to the deluge and Noah's Ark, that they basically escaped after the deluge. Pretty neat stuff.
Damn.
So yeah, could have been all kinds of people back then.
It really could have been the Egyptians, but we don't know.
The Egyptians.
I'm half Egyptian,
for
which
real?
is funny because
It's the ether.
yeah, it's the ether. Nobody knows if current Egyptians are related to ancient Egyptians. Who knows? Nobody knows.
I don't know why they wouldn't be.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but how can I say this? The ether, like what we call the ether, is getting floated around now in scientific circles as plasma.
Oh, it's plasma?
Interesting.
Dark matter?
Dark matter's bullshit.
Oh, I know.
Well, they still don't know what. I mean, that's just hypothetical nonsense. Dark matter, right?
Their whole foundation is theoretical nonsense.
Isn't it just because it made some equations fit for them, essentially, by just kind of creating goop that just sort of explained mathematical equation?
Goop.
Yeah, because they can't observe, quote unquote, 96% of the universe. They can't see it.
That makes sense.
They termed it dark matter because they can't see it.
I don't know why they're not more focused on getting to the bottom of the oceans. Like, we don't even know
Here's the
what's down
question.
there.
The whole search for dark matter is predicated on the fact that the mass of the universe is something they calculated, and what they see doesn't. Those two things don't equal. So, but I want to know, how do you calculate the mass of a universe that you can't find the end of?
You can't find the end.
It's all based on nonsense. And you're absolutely right. When they can't make something work, they make up a constant for it, like the Planck constant, or I don't know. I can't think of
all those irrational numbers.
The Hubble constant. Yeah, they just make the equations work.
I thought the deep sea was rented out by James Cameron to do the next 5 Avatar movies. So
I'm sure it was.
Honestly, if there are aliens on this planet, they're in the water.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's why we don't go down there.
Absolutely.
They're all the way down there.
Man.
Apparently, it's way harder to get down there than to go into space.
Go into space, right?
Because they don't
the
really
pressure.
go.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't understand why they can't just develop something to counteract the pressure. Like, I feel like it seems something that they should be able to do by now. They were talking about it in like Deep Impact, or what was that? What was that movie? Not Deep Impact.
Which one? Journey to the Center of the Earth?
No, the underground one. We just talked about it the other week, and Jerry knew.
The core.
There was the core, and then there was the other one where they had to inhale that pink fluid into their nose.
The abyss.
The abyss. Thank you. The abyss comes up again. That's it.
I'm gonna have to watch that again.
Yeah.
No, don't. It's devilish.
Well, yeah, don't. Okay. It's devilish.
It is.
I don't know, man.
But,
Yeah.
It's
the
wild.
one where they had to drill, they were in like a rocket drill.
I mean, is it better than Waterworld?
Waterworld's terrible.
Yeah, it's way better.
Although honestly, when I saw Waterworld when I was younger, I honest to God thought that the ice caps were gonna melt and that was gonna be our
We're
future.
dead. We're all gonna die.
Propaganda
that
works
movie,
on children.
The day after that scared the shit out of me.
Propaganda works on children, and that's all this is about. It's
Oh,
scarring.
the day after tomorrow.
It's
The one
scarring
where
the next
everything freezes
generation.
over. Yeah.
One that Art Bell wrote, yeah.
Oh.
Keep scarring the next generation. It's easier to condition. Then when they get older, they're gonna be more into climate control. Tax me hard. I want
Yeah,
that.
go ahead
90
and spray
give me-
this
give me
guy.
that-
It'll do
give-
it
Just
wonders.
give me that 90% tax rate. Just give it to me. I want it.
How about the new
I'm drunk.
the
We
new
need to wrap
memes,
this thing up.
the new memes going on with the what was it, the future of the left memes or whatever,
Future of
and
the
it's
left?
all
There's
like unicorns
It doesn't exist.
smoking
folks.
blunts and shit. Yeah. Like it's a bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh, dude, I'm cool with the unicorns and smoking blunts. I'm just not cool with all the heavy taxation. Like that's all I care about. Like I don't give a fuck what your policies are, what you do. Just don't tax me. just eliminate taxes.
Don't tell me how to speak.
Yes, exactly. And let me do whatever drugs I feel like too. You piece of shit. That's all I want. No taxes.
Let us go to Antarctica.
Let me go to Antarctica. Although I don't think I really want to. I'm pretty sure it's a horribly hazardous environment that not a lot
That's
of us
what they
could
want
survive.
you to think.
Fuck, man, you're
new
right.
vacation spot, destination. Yeah.
Apparently, Trump is a white supremacist is trending right now.
Oh yeah, it's been trending all day.
It's number
been trending
4.
all day. Makes sense. Because
Back in the rotation.
Yeah, it's in the rotation. Yeah.
Because he said people get a free hood.
I mean, they do realize that they're gonna run Biden against him, and it's gonna be a fucking joke.
People think I'm controversial, but the
me-
truth is, I'm a nice guy.
Let me get a don't believe the 5.6.
Oh yeah, don't believe it.
I need it.
Just because. Yeah.
I need it.
That's a great one.
What is wrong with these people? They actually believe this.
Don't believe the 5.6.
Exactly. Oh man, Jerry, who you got on Knox Mente tomorrow night?
8,730.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool.
What?
Who you got on Knox Mente tomorrow night?
We don't have a Knox Mente tomorrow night.
What?
Our new show starts tomorrow.
Obelisk starts tomorrow night.
Obelisk, yes.
Is it the full moon tomorrow night?
Thursday. But yeah, it's within 24 hours.
And who's your guest?
Our guest is Rock Castaldo.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about AI. Because he's into the whole higher dimensional beings being AI driven.
So now is that what time is that going to start? Your normal
9 o'clock, same time.
Same time? Is that going to be a
2
call-in
hours.
show?
Pardon?
Is that going to be a call-in show?
It's going to be a call-in show, yeah. We're going to talk for a while, and then we're going to have people call in throughout the whole show. And then, like, towards the end, we want to hear, like, stories, people telling stories.
Is there a chance of it going over 2 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Why?
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
So
we don't
just-
have a time limit. We're going to aim for 2 hours. I don't know if we'll have anyone call in. That's the whole thing. So
Oh, you'll get call-ins for sure. If it's just me drunk and screaming at you guys, you'll get a call-in.
Hey,
You'll get it'll happen.
and you guys are on my TV.
So the next, so that's the first one. Tomorrow we'll see how that goes. So I still haven't really worked out how to get the phone calls into the show, but I'm close. And next month falls on 9/11.
Oh, nice. There's some magic behind that. You could harvest that energy.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole point of the full moon thing. Anyway, Michael Joseph is going to come on and do a whole thing about the esoteric side of 9/11.
I like it.
Wait, there's a full moon on 9/11?
Yeah. Well, it's that week.
Oh,
The exact day is
You know something huge is going to happen. Maybe 9/11 Part 2.
911.
Especially because they've been performing their rituals this entire month. Like Jeffrey Epstein was some sort of sacrifice for their rituals.
The full moon is on the 14th.
Because what is it?
It's at 00:33 minutes.
Isn't it like Lammas this month or something?
I don't know.
It said 33 minutes. Come on.
00:33 is the time of the full moon, the exact time of the.
That's silly.
This is just silly. That's why we're in a simulation. None of this
That's
is
the way it
real.
works.
Actually, all of it's real. We're just in the simulation.
Are we
that
still
just
in
means-
Jade Helm?
Oh yeah,
What happened?
Jade Helm's absolutely still happening.
That
It's
was
coming.
just a beta test.
Why do you think all these shootings have been happening at Walmart? It's people who've been fighting the great fight.
Jade
They're trying
Helm.
to shut. They're trying to shut down the camps that are in all the WalMarts. Oh,
That was
fuck.
back when conspiracies were just so like humble.
They were fun. Yeah, back in what was that?
People get triggered
2015.
by the media.
Yeah, those were good times in 2015, 4 years ago.
Good times last year. Jesus.
Yeah, dude, things got so it's just so crazy. It's so
the meme wars that
wild.
made it feel like 20 years.
It
really has.
It's going to come to a head.
I wonder what when the iceberg flips. I wonder when that's going to happen.
How many more Epstein like weird shit, bad government stuff's going to happen?
People, okay, they just throw their hands up and shut the
They're gonna
internet off.
fucking revolt
Yeah.
like
Well,
this.
this is in everybody. It's in everybody's consciousness right now. Everybody knows
Yeah.
about this. Like everybody's suspicious of it. Nobody buys the narrative.
But just because there's fuckery in a New York prison,
They can't do anything about it.
Like government wide, it doesn't. That's not a big enough scale.
Yeah.
But it's like a Vegas level thing. A Vegas.
Yeah.
But
Like,
nobody was really freaking out about like the main like major society was not like really into getting questions on the Vegas thing. Like that's like why is this one getting all the
Oh, I
attention?
didn't give a shit because Ellen's dancing with the fucking guard, Julio, whatever his face is. They don't give
Like
a shit.
nobody had a problem with that interview. Like nobody.
No,
I mean,
no.
obviously, yeah, lots of people
I
did.
did.
Yeah, I know, I did too. But
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
Twitter wasn't trending about it.
No.
Oh man.
Like,
Well, and that's what I always bring
But
up.
Twitter,
Like,
we know they control the trends. They took the day that Trump retweeted that Clinton body count thing. They changed the Clinton body count trending. They took it off. It stopped trending.
and then went to Trump body count.
Yeah, which is something they made up.
well, let's look at this. Like, I mean, you had the Vegas 1 October. All these conspiracy theorists are digging deep, like, what the fuck's going on? What's going on here? What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, boom, QAnon appears out of nowhere. Like, right after that. I always thought QAnon was a distraction away from Vegas.
On 11/11.
And wasn't it like a month or so before that? Maybe 2 months, I guess. I'm trying to think, like, because there was there was the eclipse too, like right around that time.
Oh,
and
dude, in
then
2015, when there was
Houston
like those.
flood, and then like all the Northwest was on fire at the same time.
Yeah, there was all those blood moon eclipses, one after another, that they claimed this was the end of the world. Like, it's all over.
And it was the Hebrew year 7777 or something. 5777.
Who knows?
Shemitah.
Was
Or it could
Shemitah,
just
yeah.
be a bunch of
Don't
crazy
believe the
coincidences.
5.6.
Because we're humans and our natural instinct is to draw coincidences to rationalize things happening in the world.
No, we're pattern seekers.
Pattern seekers, we are, absolutely. We look for it.
Humans.
Stupid humans.
But they're found. That's the crazy thing. It's like it's not like
Yeah,
they're not-
they're not valid. Yeah, but they're not validated or something. Maybe in our heads they are.
Yeah, everything's validated in my
bias.
head.
It's
Bias.
there you go. That's a
Confirmation.
Yeah. It's like, well, we figured out the pattern here. Yeah, and patterns lead to
fuckery.
Pattern of
yeah, it leads you down the dark
Oh
rabbit
man,
hole.
patterns
Yeah.
to fuckery. That's the title of this episode. Patterns
Yeah.
to fuckery. Unless we come up with something better.
You're challenging me with this art.
I know. I was gonna say. I
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
was thinking that as I said it. I'm like, that's gonna be hard to make artwork for.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. It's a
I know
great time.
it's getting late.
It's a great show. Great time.
Good
Flavortown,
times.
thanks for hanging out. You're invited any Tuesday. You want?
Oh my god, yeah, dude. We need to do it. We'll do. I was just like,
Do
I
it
love the history stuff, and I want to. Yeah, I was like, I need to get Felix to make us a hidden history jingle, and we'll just do. We'll do it every week. Dude.
We didn't even get into orphan.
I know. There's too
dude,
much.
There's
so
time.
much.
Tease orphan trains.
Orphan trains. It's happening.
Oh, Jordan Maxwell called me today again.
Oh, again? Yeah, you found your number.
Tune in to the obelisk.
He's like, did I miss one of your shows? I'm like, dude, you missed 2. He's like, oh.
God, I can't wait to be just an old man that's forgetful with my responsibilities.
Yeah. Get off my lawn. I was yelling at some kids and forgot to call.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Cruising with Steak. Send us an email in like Duel, where I could just get to the end and then become so retarded and fumbled. So we got this.
Well, yeah, man. I'm sorry I was out of it today. I wasn't on my best self. I wasn't my best self today.
It's all right, James.
Caught me off guard. I don't know what happened. I fell asleep.
It's the naps. Naps need to.
I was watching Woo Assassins and I fell asleep on the couch.
It's a thing.
And I must have been really tired. Yeah. To fall asleep that late on a show night. Oh man.
Unacceptable. All right, guys.
So it's unacceptable, and I apologize, and I'll be back in full force next week.
See you next week. Maybe we'll have a bonus show this week. I don't know. I don't want to announce any things anymore because our guests keep flaking out. But yeah, they all rescheduled. So some
bonus shows with ourselves. How about that?
Yeah, heck yeah. All right. Like, share, subscribe. Good night. Good vibes.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Later.
I'm walking gingerly through the rat race. Take a look at the big old smile on my face. Kicking around down by the pool of narcissists. The people are many, they preen themselves. Oh, how they navel gaze. Somewhere over that hill, the gloomy skies cease to exist. I'm climbing that hill, I pass by and pity the poor Sisyphus. I go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. I'm strolling down aesthetic electric avenue. The people are predictable, they say good morning, how do you do? When out of nowhere, a randomly pure angel in the crosswalk bumps into me, and in doing so knocks all the evil and all the wind out of me. And it's black as tar, ugly as ever, and of no apology. This angelic mama sings heavenly of the truest theology. Together we're a seraphim dream, forever young with no chronology. 1,000 years from now we'll be written into ancient mythology. We go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. Can you tell me about the view up there? It's sparkling remarkably, the air is crystal clear. Well, please won't you tell me what it takes to transcend this place? A little bit of heart and a whole lot of soul. Take a look at the big old smile on my face, as my angel says dance with me and your life will never ever ever be dull. I go into hyperdrive, turn into a beam of light. 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 Turn into a beam of light.